This is the +44 podcast. I'm Zeze Millz.
Yeah, what's that about?
What was that all about?
I'm Sideman. Music,
culture,
UK. This is +44 from Amazon Music. Make some noise for Novelist! With Dave in tow.
Dave is back in the building.
Yes, Zeze thinks that every show that she does is Bring Your Dog to Work Day, and thus Dave is here.
Actually, there was 3 shows that we've done and Dave was not here, and we're probably going to have to get him off because he's going to start sneezing. And somehow...
He's such a clout chaser. He was not
doing all of this before. But Dave, we're getting rid of you. Not like that, guys. Where I can take him, I bring him.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, because it's like, that's the whole point why I got a dog.
I like Dave.
Everyone likes Dave. Dave the dog, by the way, not the rapper. We do like Dave the rapper as well. He's a good guy. How are ya?
I'm good, you know.
Good. We was just before we started recording, David was saying that how you carry yourself is how I like my men to carry themselves. You know, very elusive. Just like in and out of, you don't even know. 1 minute you're there, you turn and then he's gone. Do you know what I mean? That's you. That's every time I see Novelist out, that's how I see him. He'll say hi and then I turn around and then he just disappears and he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my
how you like them.
That's it.
Those quiet alphas.
Quiet, yeah. Not too loud. We just want you to be, let your presence talk. You, however,
we don't need to do that.
There's just bare talking that comes out of David's mouth.
Listen, shout out to rappers, and producers that talk with their instruments and talk on songs, right? I get paid to talk without an instrumental, all right?
Oh, but sometimes you do songs.
That is true. Anyway. That is true. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about someone that actually gets paid for the songs that they do. Let's bring it right back to the beginning. Let's bring it back to, before we talk about the new music, 2013. You're doing clashes with Wiley's brother and all of these things. You're being introduced to Skepta. Bring us back to your mindset at that time.
That's not my beginning.
All right. So tell us what the beginning is then.
010's like my beginning.
010?
Yeah.
What's happening in 010?
010, I get stabbed in 010.
Oh, okay.
And then I say, yeah, I'm doing this music thing.
So before that, you was doing...
I was enjoying music.
Okay, right, okay.
But it wasn't like something that I pursued.
Right, okay.
And in 010, I was 13. So that was like, like when you go for a life and death situation, it kind of makes you like look at a lot of things very literally.
Do you think that's why you come across quite mature? Because we were just saying that earlier as well. I didn't realize you was 25. Not that, when I think about it, 25 is not mad. It is young, but I mean, I feel like the way I say it sometimes makes it seem like you're 20 or
20 years younger than you.
Okay, David. Right, geez, give it a rest. But I would say you come across very mature and kind of comfortable in your skin. And I think that's kind of what I mean when I see you. When I go out, I see like a lot of the young guys in this industry, and you can kind of see that, they don't really know who they are yet. They're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. They're all over the place. They're loud for no reason. But with you, there's this kind of, I would say, like stillness.
Yeah, I got that.
Like a stillness with you that is kind of, I'm comfortable where I am or how I present. Would you say it's because of your...
There's 2 reasons for that.
Okay, go on then.
I got faith in God. That's my first reason.
Mm-hmm.
My second reason is like, when you grow up in turbulence, like severe turbulence from an early age, it makes you have to decide what are you going to do and what are you going to do about it or who are you going to be. You know what I mean? So like, I experienced a lot of trouble like from a young age. And not necessarily pursued it, but like my environment was just peak. So it just made me like decide within myself how I want to, like the trajectory that I want to go on. Obviously, everyone's still finding themselves as you go on in life. But I just made a conscious decision from a very young age to like be a decision maker. So I think that's kind of more the foundation of why I might come across how I come across.
So you said 2010, that's when you kind of...
did my first freestyle.
Your first freestyle. Before that, when did you realise that you was interested in music? So that was when you was 13.
I was like 9.
Okay, right.
You see my uncle gave me the name Novelist. I asked him for it really, because it was like his own personal alias that he gave himself. He's got other tags, but like he's producer, so he's a man that would make me sit down and watch him produce, and just like when he steps out of the house, I might play around on his computer, on the software and whatnot. So I was doing that from a young age, just like expressing myself through making rhythms and, you know, like watching little DVDs, like hip hop and grime DVDs and them things, and just trying to spit bars. So I was always like into music, you know, get in trouble for like tapping the table in class and like not doing no maths in my maths book, just writing lyrics and things like that, you get me? And just obviously when I got to like the age 13, that was like go time.
What was it about that incident that you went through that made you think, okay, I'm taking music seriously now?
That's the year that I met my homeboy Herbs, rest in peace. He's a man that, you know them young G's on the ends that's got like equipment. You think, how have you got equipment now? Everyone's bruck, but somehow you got a camera, you got a studio in your yard.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So he's coming from a household where like his parents facilitated his creativeness.
Yes.
And he was just a hustler as well, you know what I'm saying? Like real money maker. So when I'll link up with Herbs, he'll always be telling me, bro, you're always spitting all the time. Like, I got the camera. I want to make a YouTube channel. Like, do a freestyle on the camera. So I did that, and in my borough I was already popular, like in my borough, because I went 3 primary schools, I went to a secondary school on the other side of my ends. So I'm passing bare ends just to get to school. So I knew a lot of people from young, and then when I've actually dropped my freestyle, it's kind of like them times their YouTube is fresh. Like there was no, like getting 1,000 views back then was like getting 1 million.
Right,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like kind of just, my music was circulating in the ends like that. Well, big up my brother Herbs for encouraging, man. But I just decided at that time, because of what I went through, let me just go through, like let me go for something and just like have something that I want to do.
So many questions based on what you just said. Number 1, 3 primary schools, why? because of trouble or because you moved?
Bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, bit of both.
Second question, whatever circumstances, whatever environment that you were in that caused you to be in that kind of situation, did you think, okay, I'm leaving this and going to music? Or was that transition a bit slower?
Nah, it wasn't. It was never leaving anything, because like I'm still in a place where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like in the depths of it. But like it's more deciding who you want to be than leaving. Like because when you're that young, that's when you're picking what trajectory you wanna
go in life.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like I even see one of the homies that went to another school. Like I was just chilling in my whip and he seen me, he's like, yeah, no, I ain't seen you for years. Hey, blood, big up on what you're doing, you deserve it. And that's a brother that I don't even me and him don't talk like that. Do you get me? Like if I see him, I might, hey, well gone, you know what I'm saying? But I don't speak with him. But when he said that, I was like, bro, you know what? Man, like a lot of man have been locked in from an early age, and man have seen that I stuck to doing what it is that I wanted to do. Whereas everyone's like, we've all done bits and bobs and whatnot, but I've always actually maintained doing what it is that I like to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
has that been difficult with,
of course,
with people that you probably grown up with, your peers? You might see them. I know you don't really like doing that music, but do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about compromising or just being like, I can take this easy? No, not even a couple times.
Nah.
Why not?
Because I know me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my peace is in doing what I want. My peace doesn't reside in doing what I don't want to do. Like I'm not doing things that I don't want to do just because the check's bigger over there. Could have done that bare times. And just because something's a temptation to someone else don't mean it's a temptation to me. I might just look at that and think, I don't even rate that.
Right. So 13, that's still quite young.
Yeah.
Then when would you say, this is my career, I'm going in the right direction? When would you say that kind of shift happened, if that makes sense?
It was a career to me before I started making money.
Okay.
So.
Do you think a career can be something before you start making money?
That's a mindset thing to me, because I felt the same.
It's how you perceive it.
Yeah,
right.
because if you think futuristically, like I'm never in the now. So I'm always in the what's this going to be. So that's why you'll always look mad at first, because it's like, why are you doing this?
Right.
Have you ever seen some people moving, and sometimes people will be like, why are you moving like you're something that you're not? but it's because I believe the thing already. Like I, for some reason, I don't know why it's these people the most, but actors will come up to me and they'll be like, I wanna act. I wanna be an actor. And I say, why do you say that? These times they've acted in a theatre play or something like that, but because they haven't done it to a certain level, they're not willing to call themselves an actor or an actress. And I'm just like, you act, so you're an actor. It's just as simple as that. And I think if you say this is my career, that's just your career from then on.
Funny, my mum told me something I said to her one time. I don't even remember saying this to her, but one time I was going somewhere. I asked her if she could drop me in it. She was like busy or something. I said, Mum, you're not going to block my career today. She said that was the moment it clicked for her.
Yeah,
how I perceive what it is that I do. Because
right.
a hobby's a hobby in the sight of someone until you make it, like, you know what I mean?
Speaking of your mum, when you started your own label, you made your mum a manager. Was there a screening process?
Nah. You ain't got to screen someone who's been managing you since birth.
Ooh, click. You know those clicks.
Yeah.
You should click there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mum's thorough anyway, but I was working with Genius from Rinse FM. That's my guy, big him up, man. And I said to Genius, like, G, I'm gonna do my own thing, you know. So I kind of broke away from having, you know, help from an organization. I was managing myself for maybe a year or two by myself, doing good and whatnot. But I said I kind of wanted to take my mum out of her work circumstance situation, because it was like she's on a hamster wheel. You know what I'm saying? And that was jarring. And I kind of wanted to leverage my network in a way that could elevate her passions. So my mum's sick at DJing, like she's a selector in it. You know, and you know, she managed me. She was thorough at her job, very thorough. We got into arguments bare times because I'm like, what? I don't care about something you're telling me. Yeah. But you're so thorough that you know when someone can be like very pedantic on certain things. I'm a man that I believe in. When it's time to move, it's time to move. But when I don't feel like moving, don't try to move me. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, women.
I love the idea of my mum being my manager. I would love that, because it's like you said. I don't
think you would.
No. I mean, I love the idea of it, of what you said, you know, taking your mum from this and making her, you know, like, because I feel she likes that kind of stuff. But I just know it would never work. Like, it doesn't need to last. Oh, right. I don't think it would even start. That's the thing. Like, I don't think
you and your mum, that's not going to work.
That would not, I don't think it would.
Zeze, did you have to talk about penis in this interview? Yes, Mum, I did.
Oh, yes, she doesn't like me talking about sex or anything like that. She thinks it's a bit much.
I can understand that.
And I stay talking about that stuff. So but now she understands it. She gets it. She understands that, you know, this is a part of what I do.
I didn't know what you was going to say when you pulled back.
I was going to say something else, and then I just thought maybe it's not the time and place. So your mum, she's not your manager. She doesn't.
No, she's not my manager currently. My manager's a brother over there, brother Johnny. But
you took that job from the man's mother.
No, you didn't.
How could you do that?
you lot
How could you?
You think you can stand where she stood? Madman. Now I gotta ask you this as somebody. I don't want to say you've seen. I don't want to put it in past tense like that. Let me just ask the question like this. What's your take on Grime 2022?
No, I have one. Honestly.
You not having one, what does that mean?
Yeah, why don't you?
It means that I only care about my input. Like, if everyone else goes silent, I'm still going to make Grime because I like that music. When I see a man's doing something, I'll congratulate them for doing well. But I'm not. This ain't 2015 where I was making everyone pull up at a set together. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I just do what I do. I'm not really watching the whole thing circumspectly because I'm not trying to do the Wiley thing where it's like bring everyone together.
It makes sense based on you saying that the EP is called For Me.
Right.
What, the next one coming out? Yeah. Yeah, now it's for me.
So when you say for me, it's just basic. Go on, explain.
I did this for me. You know what I'm saying?
Is that in terms of doing it, or is that in terms of the type of music?
Circumspectly, this is for me. This ain't even for the fans.
So why are you putting it out then?
Because you lot can hear it, but it's for me.
This is what, you know when people say this, they're like, I don't care. It's for me. So then you should
I want to make money off my own music.
So then it is for the people then, because they have to receive it somehow.
No, but repeat this. Yeah. If I make something for me and present it to everyone, that doesn't take away for the fact that it's for me.
Yeah.
It just means you're allowed to have it as well as me.
I guess there's
But
a
it's for
difference
me, though.
between music that you make where you're keeping the fans in mind. Like the songs you would make if you're not thinking about TikTok, what's going on with trends, who's doing this, who's doing that, where it will chart, all of these kinds of things are probably different.
Yeah, but I know creators love to say this, but I don't believe it. As an artist, I think the idea that it's not for anyone but yourself, unless you're an extremely selfish person.
I didn't say it's only for me, but I said it's for me.
Okay.
So it's not exclusively to me and only for me to hear it, or else you guys wouldn't have heard of it.
Right, well, this is what I'm saying. Yeah,
But I'm
right.
saying the tape is for me though. Do you get me? I didn't make this with the intent to please anyone else other than me. But you guys can have access to it and enjoy it as well as me.
Okay, I would say whenever I quote unquote, and I know it's just joke music, whenever I do music,
Not David comparing
Slow
his
down.
joke music to your.
I'm not. I
to
called
your
it
li-
joke.
to-
I
to
called it
your-
joke music
to you.
first. Right? I called it joke music first. And to be clear, I've been paid for my music before. Like
That's
I've done
fine.
songs for McDonald's. So
Oh,
let's all relax.
yeah.
Let's everybody slow down and chill out.
Listen,
Okay?
get
I've
up.
done for Subway.
Get that
I've done
bread.
for like let's all behave ourselves.
Get that McMoney, you get me?
Yeah, but the point is that when I make music, they'll say in the comment section sometimes, you should do music for real or rare. That's for me. I'm giving it to you, but your reaction to it makes me feel good. So it's still for me. So if he puts out music and it charts, for instance, that will make him feel good. So it's still for him.
But if it doesn't, you're not bothered.
Sometimes you just gotta do things for you, innit?
Yeah.
My last tape for the homies, that don't sound like nothing else. That's out. I really did that because that's what me and the man them drive around to. I literally could have called that tape for me and it sonically it would have made sense.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But this one's for me.
you. In terms of the music, how would you describe it this time around?
I made this
For me.
tape in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I made it in 2019. Trust me, I'm a hoarder.
Was there
Got a
any
lot of
worry
music.
that it wouldn't
Nah.
be up to date?
And then when you make something in 2019, do you, before you put it out, how does it work? Do you go back, re-record the songs, or do you nothing? It's just what was there in 2019 is what you give for me.
Just make sure it's mixed down
Right,
as well
okay.
as I want to hear it.
Okay,
You know what I'm
cool,
saying?
yeah,
Every
yeah.
time I press play in my car and I'm driving around, I'm like, I rock with this tune. This tune's so wavy, I have to put this out. I need people to hear this.
Did you not get tired of any of the tunes? Because sometimes if you hear a tune over, if you're holding something from 2019, is it not, you're hearing it over again, it's like you almost need fresh ears to hear it to remind you, oh yeah, no, this is still hard.
Nah.
No, I don't feel like he's that type of guy.
I can't remember the last time I made a tune that I felt like I need to delete. If I've ever felt like that, I don't want to put this out. I want to shoot a video to every song I've ever put out.
Really?
I swear. I'm you know what I mean? There's gonna come a time when Nov's just going brazy.
You should do like a, I don't even want to do comparisons because I feel like you're gonna shut me down for the comparisons because you seem like you like. But remember when Beyonce did that whole album and it was just
That's not a bad
videos?
comparison.
Remember that?
No, do you know what? I've always had that in my
Yeah,
intention.
like when she did remember that was hard when she just dropped it on us. There was
I hear that.
video after video after
But
video.
that's not comparison. That's more of a suggestion of a concept. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm on that. I'm fully on that.
I see from some of your recent tweets that you are sitting. You alluded that you had some collaborations that you were mixtapes that you were kind of sitting on with you and Double.
Yeah, me and D Double, we got a whole project.
Are we gonna ever see it, or is it gonna?
Yeah,
are we
of
gonna
course.
in 2000? Wait, so if the one that you're releasing now is 2019,
No,
so
I'll
that's
put it out
3.
next year.
So I'm saying 225. We might catch
No,
it.
next year.
Okay, cool. Right. Cool.
Next year. I'm not gonna lie. It's the COVID thing.
That made you not put it out.
It's just like everyone was trying to figure out what the heck was going on in life, just in general. Do you know what I mean? Although no one put out more tapes than me in 2020. I put out the most music. Everyone.
Hypothetical world, right? If you, let's say the audience ain't feeling it, it's not rocking in with it, so on and so forth, will that affect, and that starts to affect you financially, does that affect your music making process? Because I'm trying to, you sound like a purist, so I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, go on.
You know how hard it is for a brother like me to like delve into the realm of hypotheticals. like to me, that whole hypothetical sounds impossible.
Why?
Because it's like I can't.
Have you never experienced dips? Like
what,
for instance,
in terms of what?
Okay, so
What? How much I like my own music?
No. I'm talking about, for instance, let's say, obviously music is your bread and butter. I'm assuming amongst other things, but I'm saying, right? Let's say COVID comes now, right?
Yeah.
No touring, no performances, finances affected, of course, by that. I'm saying, is it possible for finance to affect? For instance, you know, some artists, they'll give you the radio tune because they want the radio bread. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So I'm saying, does the bread play any part in your mind when making music? Do you ever think, you know what, let me try catch one? You know, like when you catch one of them ones.
Nah.
He's pure.
That's what I'm trying to check.
Do you know why it doesn't, bro? Because like I could do all of that anyway, and it will sound hard. Like if I wanted to make a pop tune, it wouldn't be for catching breaders, because I'd listen to bare Calvin Harris in my life. I listen to bare Deadmau5. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be because I can do that in a sicker way than most man. So nah, I wouldn't. I don't see things like that. I kind of more think, look what happened when COVID kicked. I dropped about 4 tapes, blood, and an instrumental project, and a vinyl. You get what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't making me stop, or it wasn't making me chase a bag. It just made me, what, we're all in our yards, yeah? Let's drop more music. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm a man that from a young age, I've been investing in myself, so I got all the equipment that I need. Like, I'll never need to like outsource anything other than, you know, collaborative projects where it comes to like good videographer, you know, and things of that nature. But when it comes to actually doing what I do, making music, producing, mixing down, EQing, all of that, nah, cause I can do that. You know what I mean? So when the time comes where the whole ecosystem seems to stop, you just gotta pick up the tools that you have and maintain. And that's kind of how I'd see that hypothetical going. But I don't think my music could be swayed by circumstance.
Your record label has an interesting name. Is it Yeah Records?
Yeah, yeah.
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 Is that because you say that a lot? Or is it like...
Yeah, it's something I used to say when I was young and gassed.
Oh, okay, right.
I was young and gassed.
Where the bar comes from, it was like, yeah. Saw your girl like, thought the back was, yeah. That's where it came from.
So your girl was, thought the back was,
yeah. I thought the back was, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's
what are the ladies saying, since you brought up the ladies?
Yeah, we did.
What are the ladies saying?
Yeah, what are the ladies saying?
I think
I don't think the ladies can figure you out. You would stress me out.
Oh, yeah.
He would stress me out.
I think women like a simple man. I'm a simple man.
I don't think you're simple. I can look at men and know when they are emotionally unavailable. This is I can tell.
When's the last time you've been in love?
See, look.
I'm always in love.
With music.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna say. See?
I love life.
See, look.
Oh, God.
That's what I mean.
Put it like this here. My love life has nothing to do with anything that I'm promoting. You get me?
Do you do music that's centered around those types of themes and
yeah,
topics?
yeah. I got a tape cool for the ladies.
Ooh, is that coming?
Yeah, we got for the homies, for me, for the ladies.
I can't wait
for the ride.
For the ladies.
We got a whole lot going on.
I can't wait for the ladies.
For the ladies is peak.
I can imagine. What type? But is it like actual love songs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But it's not all love songs. Some of it is perspective.
Okay.
Just the dynamic between like mother and son. Like it's towards women, but it's not necessarily towards romance.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what does that look like for you? Because I think I don't really normally ask those questions, but I feel like someone like you who kind of is so, like I said, comfortable with yourself. You know, like when you ask people this, be like, yeah, I want to do this, but with you, I actually don't know what that looks like. I wouldn't be surprised if you said, you know, I just want to be on a farm, you know. And just put out records.
You just think my name is Effector.
No, but I can see that. I could see you just being
on a farm
with your studio and just saying, yeah, I just want to put, what does it look like for you?
You say, he told you my secrets.
See, you do want to be on a farm, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
See, I told you, I know these.
Not in this country though.
Yeah, in Ghana.
Oh, okay. Are you going to Ghana this December?
Potentially.
I'm going to be there.
I might see you.
Careful.
Did you say careful?
Nav, just hear what I'm saying.
Listen. She's what?
She eats them for breakfast. Don't.
What, Ghanaians?
No, just men. So just be warned.
I'm not no one's breakfast, but listen to this here.
The force is strong with this one.
Listen, what I'm saying, cuz. What was you talking about?
I don't even know what we were
farm
talking
in
about.
Ghana.
The farm in Ghana.
Yeah, no, what I'm gonna be doing in 5 years is me. That's
I hear
it.
that. Obviously, Lewisham means a lot to you.
Yeah,
Now,
it does.
Talking to you now, knowing that you was young deputy mayor of Lewisham,
Deputy young mayor of the borough. Yeah.
it's hard to fathom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I can see it.
Because that means like moving. Do you know?
Moving?
Yeah, like that means like leaving the studio and that. Like I
Bro,
can't.
I'm not gonna lie, them times there, man wasn't in studio like that. Like man was known for spitting bars, but like I didn't really start making loads and loads of records till I got like more established.
Would you ever go into politics, considering your history?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. I'm one of the main reasons why half of these rappers even talk about politics. Like, man really set that off like in the old 14s, old 15s, and you know what I'm saying? But I'm not interested in it. It's a big bureaucratic system. I'm more interested in harnessing the power that, like, you know, like, man is really dangerous. And why man's dangerous is because my voice far outreaches the politicians. Being a musician, they know that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care about like trying to do things through politics. I'd rather, you know, like when they talk about the revolution, and they talk about, like, it's been said by brother Fred that you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution. You get what I'm saying, bro? So, like, once you plant the seeds in people's minds in how to govern themselves as individuals and love one another and things of that nature, no politician can, like, get in the way of that.
Yeah.
And you can't affect that level of change through politics. You get what I'm saying? It's a mind frame thing. People's minds need to be changed. Their hearts need to be changed before man's gonna see like a real, like, impact on society. So I'm not interested in putting on a shirt and tie and saying I'm on this side or that side.
Yeah.
And that's dead. That's, you just end up being a chess piece on a board that someone else controls.
Off the back of that, saying, you know, your music will be able to reach far more people than being a politician. I'm guessing obviously that contributes to what type of music you make
100%.
and the message that you put in your music.
100%.
Music is a powerful
source.
tool and source, to get to reach people, to influence
100%.
people. What do you? I know you said you don't look at the music nowadays, but do you hear things like and just roll your eyes and think, is this the route that we're going down?
Yeah,
and
all the time.
do you think that, who do you think is responsible for it? Like the record labels, the artists, like who has the responsibility of what type of music goes out, if that makes sense?
Let's talk about like what happens outside of music for a second. Violence and you know, everything of the dark world has been going on since the beginning of time. Things of a dark nature that cause people to do madnesses has been going on since ever. And there's been cultures of badness from before our parents knew how to pick up a mic. Music is not the root of like the influence. But I'll say this, and this is how you know there's some dodgy business going on. If everyone who made positive music got paid millions, you best believe the roadside will be singing about Kumbaya and all of them things there, because man are just trying to make it out of their circumstance. You feel what I'm saying? But true, like, we live in a world where things are dark and we all have our dark stories, and somehow, for some reason, that's what's promoting and that's where man are earning their bread from. You feel what I'm saying? So man, they make got an incentive to like be talking, no, let's link up and make peace. Even if that's how man feel in their heart. You feel me? If a man knows, right, I'm gonna jump on this tune, I'm gonna talk about doing this and that, and they're gonna lap it up, I'm gonna get paid, it's better than selling crack, a man's gonna do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas if it was on the flip side, because we've all had good days where we had a nice day with our brethren, and we've all had romance before, we've all had, you know what I'm saying, certain man's got kids and different stuff. Imagine if those were the things that were promoted and funded and pushed, then the baddest brothers would be talking about their good experiences in their music, because that's just as much a part of life as the negative that goes on. But that you don't get that accolade for that these days.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the issue is. The issue is not with necessarily the man who's spitting the lyrics, but who's funding what.
Yeah. What's coming up in 2023? Because 2022 is done now.
Bare music, bare releases. I'm gonna start releasing relentlessly, and videos.
What's your mindset behind that? Is that a plan, or is that just because you want to?
It's because I want to.
Why did I even?
It is no, but whatever I want is the plan, innit?
All right.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's because I want to. Like I'm as Zeze said, I've been very reserved. Like when I come around, I say, "Well, go on," you know what I'm saying, not in everyone's face, and do my thing. And my name rings bells, but I'm not necessarily at the forefront. And that's cool. I like it like that sometimes. But there's other times where I'm like, nah, like, I need to headlock this thing for a minute. So that's kind of how I feel now.
There you go. Make some noise for Novelist! All right, hot topics. Let's talk about what's been going on. This is what I mean has hit #1, knocked Cliff Richard off of the potential list. How do you feel?
We're talking about Stormzy.
Yes.
This is his third #1 album. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, I think this is the only artist from our space that's done that.
Really?
3 #1s, yeah. So there's an Instagram page called Made You Think, and Made You Think said something interesting. It says, it's almost like, it's good that Stormzy is putting other things into the system. We will hear musicians be more brave.
I don't think this is necessarily Stormzy forever, as in this genre or type of album. I think what he was able to do was put out another side of music that he likes, and if he decides to go back to doing what we knew him of before, then he can do that, and he can do this. We'll probably see a lot more people kind of following in that footstep of, I'm putting out music that I like. However, I think you can only do that when you're at a certain level. And I think Stormzy has the luxury of being able to do that. Maybe if we ever get to speak to him, I would love to know, he should be able to do this. I feel like when you've done all the stuff that Stormzy's done, what is the point of not being able to make music that you want to make? I think the idea that the music he was making before wasn't the music he wanted to make is not necessarily what I think he was saying. I just think this is other music that he likes to make.
I actually think that is exactly what he was saying.
No, I don't.
I think a lot of artists do what they have to until they can do what they want to. We had Lowski.
Yeah, Lowski said that, but I don't think that's the same.
I don't even listen back
No,
to.
but I don't think that's the same with Stormzy. I think with Stormzy, it's at that period of time that was the music that he liked to make and he wanted to make. And I think from what I've gathered from all the thousands of interviews that he's done, is that this is the space that he's in now.
Yeah.
And this is the music that he would like to make now because of whatever he's experienced in life. Whereas someone maybe like Lowski, he might want to write an album about the heartbreak, but he can't because that his audience, he's not there mature wise to do it yet, or his audience are maybe not there yet to accept it. Also,
Bundy's people, we can be so ungrateful and unforgiving to artists that don't give us exactly what. Listen, go where you're loved. Simple as. The reason why I say that is because you will have brother. I've seen brothers in comment section. We want Wicked Skeng Man back, rare tear, blah blah blah. Just bun them, man.
And if they want to listen to it, they can go listen to it again.
And if you want to go listen to that, go listen to that again.
Go listen to that album.
You want. Anyway, Central C attending the British Fashion Awards in a tracksuit, and he's hit that place now where he will be blog worthy no matter what he does, who he dates. If he wear red laces and black laces, it will be. He's entered that space now because he is a star.
Yeah,
he's getting accolades that it's going to make that core UK rap and drill audience fight against him in a lot of ways, but it won't matter because he's an actual star. I seen the same thing happen with Stormzy. When you get to the place where anybody can listen to you, from a 14-year-old white girl to a 35-year-old black man, that's when the core starts to fight against you. Central C's rise has been so meteoric that he's gotten there very, very quickly.
Yes, but I think him doing things like this, wearing a tracksuit to an event that everyone is dressed up to the nines, is his way of still saying, I'm still that same person. No, regardless of where you see me, regardless of where I'm at, I'm still Central C from ends. Now, I'm in two minds about this whole situation. I can hear my granny in the back of my head just being like, why is he not dressed appropriately for this situation?
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, it's just, I'm like, well, no, good for him. Like, this is what he feels comfortable in. I don't know how I feel about it.
Can I say how I see it?
Go on.
I think give him time, because he addressed it in a video and he said that this is what he's been wearing all of his life. This is what he wears 365 days a year.
Right. And that's
that told me everything I need to know. He doesn't know it's wavy yet. He has no idea what it feels to throw on a nice suit. When that time comes, he'll go there. He'll feel the compliments. He'll feel the maturity that comes.
He's worn a suit.
I'm not saying he hasn't worn a suit. I'm saying, you know, when you dress up for an occasion,
right,
and you make your clothing match the occasion, and it kind of, clothes do something to you mentally, right? And I think when he throws on a suit and goes to something official and gets those looks and gets those compliments, that's a great suit. When he sips from a glass but his pinky fingers out a little bit and he experiences that maturity, he'll be like, this is actually a wave. His tastes right now are where he's at mentally. So I just think, give him time.
It's interesting because when I saw Big Zoo at the BAFTAs with, like, he didn't have a tracksuit on, but he had, like, it wasn't a suit. There was something that made me proud about that. That was like, good for you. You're staying true to yourself. You haven't decided, like, you know, I'm going to put a suit on because I'm gone to the BAFTAs now. You're staying true to who Big Zoo is and how people know you. But with Central C, I feel like with the British Fashion Awards, he could have worn a tracksuit, but he could have made it fashion. If there was preparation, he probably could have got Nike to make him a dope tech tracksuit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, Hedy's done that a couple times where he's worn a tracksuit that was tailor-made for him, and it was, but I feel like we're in that generation now of, you know, that idea of everything is just, I'm just so cool that I don't need to try.
Yeah.
I think he said he didn't know that it was this, like, formal, fancy event.
Yeah, because why would Central see business with the British Fashion Awards? Like, it doesn't strike me as a person.
But it's not for him to know, it's for his team to know. You might need to put on a thing.
I think his manager would knock me out, so I ain't really gonna.
His publicist would know.
Well, maybe this is exactly what they planned.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying. The idea that, you know, no one told him or no one said.
Imagine if there was like, pick that tracksuit. So what do you think about the fact that he has 1 billion streams in a year and he's the only UK artist to have done that?
I think it's amazing. I think Central C is probably one of the most marketable people we've ever had come out of our scene.
Do you think it's good for the scene?
100%. I don't think that there's anything wrong. Like, he's, you know, he's flying the flag. People seem to really like him. Like I said, every time I bumped into him, he seems like a very pleasant young guy. And I think that's what people like about him as well. I think everything is very well thought out when it comes to Central C. They're very good at making it seem like it's not, if that makes sense.
So many people I saw in comment sections talking about, after all the great artists we've had in the UK, 1 billion streams and it's Central C. And it's just like, purists don't even know what they want. Purist music, by the definition of it being pure, it will never probably hit 1 billion streams. Do you want pure music or not? Just when you see somebody traversing all lanes, leave them alone.
Yeah,
they didn't make that for you.
No one's ever happy. No one's ever going to be happy because it's like they'll find something wrong that it's him. Oh, it should have been this. It should be somebody that was more lyrical. Why didn't you buy the more lyrical stuff then?
Yes.
Why didn't you go and stream it?
Why don't you do what the Taylor Swift fans would have done and bought the lyrical album twice?
Right. So then all these people that have something to say, why didn't you go and download the people that you're saying that you should be at the forefront?
Then they'll say, I'm not hating, I'm just giving my opinion. It's like, brother, pop music exists. Marketable music and marketable musicians exist. Get over it. Spend more of your time talking about the music that you like,
right,
and bigging up the people that you rate, and leave the people that you don't. Because when Central C is going to bridge the gap, which he is in a lot of ways, he's helping to bridge that gap where UK artists, I believe UK artists are going to really start to be respected internationally. They already were, but more.
Right. and he resonates with everyone because Central C is so racially ambiguous. It's, unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? You can't pinpoint where culturally
there might be a Mexican brother saying, yeah, that's my guy.
Right, of course, that's what I'm saying. And people underestimate that. They underestimate the idea of somebody being able to appeal to every single demographic. Central C appeals to every demographic, more or less. And he's gorgeous to look at. His face is dumb. Before we go, remember to check out all the new releases this week across the +44 playlist on Amazon Music.
As well as the main +44 playlist, we also have the +44 R&B playlist, the +44 rap playlist, and the +44 Afro playlist.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram at +44UK, where you can see snippets of this podcast, exclusive content, and stay up to date with all the new music releases.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. The +44 podcast is produced by So Incredible with Wondery and Amazon Music. Audio engineered by Nathan Cooper. Filmed and edited by Marcus Accent. Photography by Naomi Koji Payton. The podcast is filmed at Fiction Studios. The executive producer for So Incredible was Harry Anthony. The executive producers for Wondery and Amazon Music were Kamal Mermont Liu, Richard Knight, Jessica Radburn, and Marshall Louis.
Thanks to Novelist for joining us this week, and thanks to you for listening.
Listen to the +44 podcast wherever you get your podcasts,
or listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music.